Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
With 26 flavors, got a sauce for every squad. Don't drip on the drip. The greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Thanks for buying some room.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, talk to State Farm agent Michael Lebron in Minot today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust.
Like our convenient online banking.
Along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
We raise the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and there's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
We raise the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and there's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Topping 18-inch pie for just $14. And if you're looking for a place to watch your favorite sports teams, Spicy Pie is the place with lots of TVs to watch the game. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery available and kid-friendly. And if you are looking to make some extra money, Spicy Pie is looking for some great personalities to join their team. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance? If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Shields, Premier Chiropractic, First International Bank and Trust, Shots Crossroads, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Clean Tech, the UPS Store, Magic City Inspections, Planet Pizza, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Subway, Century Eyewear, Qdoba, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Jersey Mike Subs, Pro Style Production DJ Services, and the Beaupre Law Firm.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above.
Spicy Pie needs to be your only stop for the best in pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, flatbreads, and even desserts. They offer several specials throughout the week, including their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax, and a 1-topping 18-inch pie for just $14. And if you're looking for a place to watch your favorite sports teams, Spicy Pie is the place with lots of TVs to watch the game. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery available and kid-friendly. And if you are looking to make some extra money, Spicy Pie is looking for some great personalities to join their team. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above.
It's time for the Scotty K Show, presented by Spicy Pie. Let's go live to the pie for the Scotty K Show. Here's Scotty K.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie here on this Wednesday night, a beautiful Wednesday night. Spring is in the air, and spring sports are underway. We're going to talk a little about them a little bit later, but we'll also talk about them a little bit down the road with baseball, track and field, softball, soccer, golf, all those spring sports getting started. So we're kind of right between seasons, but we got a lot to talk about tonight. Later on tonight, I get a chance to talk to the first 8th graders to ever make a Class A All-State team since Doreen Heisler did it back from Devil's Lake in 1981. Maggie Fricky and Lily Bell both made second-team All-Staters at 8th graders from state champion Minot High. We'll also review the Minot State women's hockey season. It didn't turn out the way they wanted to. I know they wanted to come home with the national championship, but ended up getting beat in the semifinals. And we'll talk about some other All-State teams. The All-State Class A boys team will come out tonight. Cannot release it until 7 o'clock tonight. But I think Minot High fans are going to be kind of happy about a couple of kids that will be on that team. But first of all, we're going to talk amateur basketball. That coming up on Friday through Sunday in Bismarck. Scott Collins, the executive secretary of the North Dakota Amateur Basketball Association, with me. And Scott, kind of a different time this year with COVID that we've had the last couple of years, that sort of thing. I understand you guys are happy with the number of teams you got this year.
18 teams from last year. The Grand Am always has a tournament out in the eastern part of the state. This year they run a different weekend to start out with, and then I heard that they canceled the tournament because of lack of staff. So we picked up some teams from the east, and hopefully we can hang on to them. We're back to 125 teams, which we were kind of hovering around that 100 mark for a while there, and you kind of want to stay above that line, and 125 is a nice number.
Well, Scott, we've talked about it before, and I've been involved when the tournament has been in Minot. There was years that we just saw a dwindling number of teams, and I think maybe the Grand Am had something to do with that, but it's just because it's a different day and age, that sort of thing. So you got to be happy as an association to see that you have more teams that want to get involved in it.
Yeah, if you grow or keep it at that 125 to 130 or 135 level, that's a healthy tournament. We have all the divisions. Some are not as big as we'd like them to be. A couple divisions have 4 teams in them, 5 teams in them, but at least it's given everybody in a division to play in. We're not just bulking everybody together in one division and say throw the ball out there and say go at it. But so we'll have 9 champions this year out of the 9 different divisions. We'll finish up about 3:30 on Sunday. And we'll start about 3 o'clock on Friday, and we'll be in 11 gymnasiums.
Yeah, okay, you're having 194 games over 3 days. That's a lot of games. 7 men's divisions, recreation, commercial 1, commercial 2, Class A and Class B. And then 2 women's divisions in Division 1 and Division 2. And I know I talked to you earlier this week. There's some of those divisions that don't have as many teams that they've had before. And I know one of the questions that was asked, you got 30. Right now you got 34. What I counted was in commercial 2 and 4 in commercial 1. You had people that are asking on social media, well, why don't you just throw those 4 into commercial 2 and let them go? And you gave me a great explanation on it, Scott. And I think it's time that because it's time for people to understand that the commercial 1 teams are probably going to dominate those commercial 2 teams.
Yeah, as a tournament director, obviously if we threw them all into one division, that's the easy way to go. But trying to get people into the right division so there's a fair opportunity to win a game or two. The commercial 1 teams have a tendency to be too good for the commercial 2 teams, and likewise the commercial 2 teams to be too good for the rec teams. And then there's that separation between commercial 1 and Class A. Class A, those commercial 1 teams can't compete against. We're trying to give everybody a division. We have a process in place where if you win a division, you're supposed to move up. It seems to be that the teams that win the Commercial 2 have been choosing other avenues to go, and they go to the Class B level, or they disband, or they go play Old Pro. So it really hasn't grown, that division, over the last couple of years. But, we're trying to get it back where at least you have an 8-team division. Whether we'll ever get there, I don't know. Maybe it will be time where we just have one commercial division like it used to be back in the 70s and 80s.
Scott, talk about it. I think one of the divisions that is up a little bit this year, and it's been a division where the better players are playing, college players, is your Class A men's division. You got 9 teams playing. That's got to kind of make you guys happy about having more teams, because I know there's been times you struggled with 4 teams in that division.
Yeah, that actually has been the last couple of years we've had 8 teams in there, but it is a good number. And, if you get too low in that division, it just seems like everybody waters down after that. So when you know that you have a good, strong A division, you know that most of those good players, most of those upper division players are playing in the right division, and they're not down in those lower divisions with other teams. So.
Well, and that's the thing about it is Class A, we kind of, the Class A division of amateur is kind of like the guys that played a lot of college ball and that sort of thing. And I don't think a lot of people understand that these are the best of the best.
Yeah, it's a strong division. We have picked up some teams from Fargo and Grand Forks areas in West Fargo, and it's always interesting to see. And I think the teams from Bismarck and Minot want to play somebody else besides each other every year. So it's good that those Eastern teams are coming in, and we're staying strong in that division.
And I know a few years ago you brought in the recreation division. I mean, you had I can remember back in the day when it was just a commercial division.
Right.
I mean, that was pretty much guys that just wanted to get together and play and that sort of thing. Then you went to a commercial one, and now you're to a rec. Kind of explain that recreation division. I'm not trying to downgrade those guys. I mean, those guys are probably played in high school, maybe a little bit in college, but now they're getting on a little bit in age. But it still gives them an opportunity to go down and enjoy a weekend and have some fun and play some basketball.
Right. So the recreation division was created because we wanted to find a division for the quote noon ball players. The guys that go to the Y and have fun and just want to play in a tournament. It's grown to something besides that, obviously, and we've got some rules and regulations that say you can't have any redshirt or college experience to play in the rec division. That doesn't mean that you have some good high school players that just play with their buddies and go down and play in that division. So, every year you'll see the champions come out of that rec division. You'll kind of look at them and you know that they aren't what the division was made to be originally, but we've let it kind of transform into what it is, and I think it's become more competitive as far as everybody's got a chance to win a game. We used to throw them all into one bracket, and if you lost, you win into the rec division. Then if you won, you went commercial 2. That didn't really work out so well. So we there's been thoughts of getting a rec 2 division. At one point, we got to stop and play. You're gonna get the things where it's so big, you don't have enough gyms or enough workers to run the thing anyway. So. Well,
and that leads me to another question, because we talk about, this tournament to give these people a chance to play some basketball and have some fun, and I've been there and we've had some fun. But to put on a tournament, and we've done that in Minot, and now you're doing it in Bismarck as the executive secretary. You can't do this without a bunch of people that just bust their butts to get it done.
Yeah, it's from the referees, the scorekeepers, the site supervisors, the ticket takers. Even when you start looking at the people behind the scenes that get the referee, the coordinators and stuff that get all that stuff, all those people. We've had tournaments where we've had 15, 16 gyms going. The problem we have now is that there's so many renegade, or what do you call them, outlaw youth tournaments around. So we're stealing from each other as far as the workers go. So a number that we have now is very, very doable. But if we get back to those numbers we were back in the late 90s, I don't know how we'll do it. It might have to be a 2-weekend deal, because there's too many youth tournaments, and that's where you take half your referees and half your scorekeepers and throw them out there into a different tournament setting. So,
well, I look at a couple divisions. You got the Old Pro 35 plus and the Old Pro 50 plus. You got 9 teams. These guys still think they can play the game?
There's 2 in the 50 and over, and I can tell you right now that those 2 teams will not quit until we say there's no division. It's the same two teams calling me every year. We used to have 4, and now we're down to 2. But, I got a hold of both those teams and said, we only had 2 of you again. Do you want to play? And both of them said absolutely. So they'll play a round robin on Saturday. They'll play 2 games. If someone wins both, it's over. If they split, then we'll have a championship game on Sunday.
Well, and that's the thing I like about it, because I've been to Bismarck when it's been down here. I've been a site supervisor here in mine. It's about playing basketball and winning a state title, but it's all about bringing the family and having some family time and seeing people they haven't seen for, probably 5-6 months. It's a time to get together and see old friends and meet new friends.
Yeah, COVID kind of put us in a bind a couple of years ago, but we had that tournament last year, and other people were kind of pushing us to not hold it. And I heard more positive comments about us having it last year, and I think that's really why we're still around and others aren't. People want to, the players want to get out and see each other, and even if it is only once a year, it's you might see them at a high school basketball tournament, but it's not the same when you're out around the gyms and competing against each other too. So.
Scott, you've been around the state amateur basketball for a lot of years. Your dad was an integral part in that. Do you like where it sits right now?
I do. If you'd have asked me that 3 years ago before COVID hit and when we were down to about that 100 level teams, I started getting a little worried that we might have to go away someday. I think if we stay where we're at right now, in that right around that 120 team mark. If we can fill divisions, and granted, if you look at those numbers, Scott, the teams that are making that tournament happen aren't the upper level teams or the old pro teams. It's the rec and the commercial 2 teams, and without those guys, which is what you see in league nowadays and all around the state, we'll have a tournament, and then we'll keep going. Whether I'm involved with it in the future, we'll see. But
Scott, it's been fun because I've had fun up here, and when we've had it in Minot, I've made a couple trips to Bismarck, and I know it's a lot of hard work. It's going to be a long 3 days, but I do know that you enjoy going down there and seeing all these guys and meeting up with old friends that you probably haven't seen for probably since last year or 2 years or whatever.
Right, and the good part about it is we're down there for 2 years. We'll be back in the Minot next year.
Okay,
we have 2 more years. We have this year in Bismarck. We gave them a next year because they lost one of COVID, and so we'll be back in Minot. We're scheduled back in Minot for the next 2 years.
Are you going to be calling me?
You will be our site supervisor, yes.
Hey, Scott, thanks a lot. I know you got baseball practice to go. Have a good time in Bismarck, and we'll talk to you down the road.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, that's Scott Collins, the Executive Secretary of the North Dakota Amateur Basketball Association. He's also the rec director here in the city of Minot, and does a lot of work. His dad was one of the guys that kind of was the pioneer in getting all this done, and I've met a lot of good people through the North Dakota State Amateur Basketball Association through the years. There's people I can call friends that I never thought that I would ever meet. It's great. It will be fun, and they'll all have fun come up this weekend, and by Sunday we will crown 9 state champions in Commercial 2, Recreation, Class A, Old Pro 35 plus, Old Pro 50, Class B and Commercial 1 in men's basketball, and then the women's 1 and 2. We're going to switch sports. We're going to talk a little hockey. Ryan Miner, the head coach of the Minot State women's hockey team, will join me. We'll talk. We'll kind of do a review. I know it's probably not how he wanted it to finish, but just one heck of a year for them again on the women's hockey program at Minot State. We'll talk to Ryan when we come back here on the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie.
PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Shields, Premier Chiropractic, First International Bank and Trust, Shots Crossroads, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Clean Tech, the UPS Store, Magic City Inspections, Planet Pizza, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Subway, Century Eyewear, Qdoba, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Jersey Mike Subs, Pro Style Production DJ Services, and the Beaupre Law Firm.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Spicy Pie needs to be your only stop for the best in pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, flatbreads, and even desserts. They offer several specials throughout the week, including their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax, and a 1-topping 18-inch pie for just $14. And if you're looking for a place to watch your favorite sports teams, Spicy Pie is the place with lots of TVs to watch the game. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery available and kid-friendly. And if you are looking to make some extra money, Spicy Pie is looking for some great personalities to join their team. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance? If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
And now back to the Spicy Pie for the Scotty K Show.
Welcome back here to the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie and this beautiful, what is it? March Wednesday. Spring has sprung. And I hate to say that Ryan Miner, the head coach of the Minot State women's hockey team, joins me. I hate to say that because I might just jinx us, because I've been around North Dakota long enough where we can get one of those April storms and put another foot of snow on the ground. But boy, I tell you what, it's been kind of nice the last few days, and it's fun to we live in North Dakota. We have to put up with the winter, but it's kind of fun to look out and see the snows melting, that sort of thing. How you doing, bud?
Good. Thanks for having me tonight, Scotty.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about your hockey team. You finished the year 26-7 on the year in a final number 3 ranking in the final national poll. It's probably not where you want to be. You'd want to be number 1. But before we talk about the national tournament, you got to be so proud of this group of young ladies for what they've accomplished, not just this year, but since you took this program over.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, we've continued to grow over the past few years. I mean, not the outcome we wanted at the end, but that can't take away that we still went 22-6 on the year. You know, we had some major milestones. You know, we swept Concordia D3 this year for the first time in team history. We had the opportunity to go up against some new opponents that we've never seen before, and overall, you know, being number 3 nationally ranked is still quite an honor. So at the end of the day, you know, being able to be that top 5 team in our division is something to be proud of, and there was a lot that came with it.
You know, a question I want to ask you is, a lot of people don't understand because you're involved with the ACHA. I mean, they look at UND playing NCAA and that sort of thing. How many teams around the country are involved in ACHA? And I don't mean to back you into a quarter, by the way.
No, so of course. So I would say that there's over 500 teams total ACHA. On the men's side, you have about 350. On the women's side, you have about 150. I would say roughly you have about 40 teams in Division I women's, and then another around 100 teams in women's Division II. So it's actually larger than NCAA.
So what you're talking is that you finished number 3 out of 40 schools that you competed against all year.
That's correct, yes.
Ryan, talk a little bit. And the other question I've had people ask, now that you're a part of the Minot State University athletic program, a lot of people will ask me, is there any hopes that we may get out of ACHA and go in to full-fledged college hockey? And I don't think you can answer that question, but they keep asking me. I got to get your thoughts on it.
No, of course. It's a dream. It would be something that would obviously, elevate our program, but at the same time, knowing that Minot State is a Division II school and there's no Division II hockey in NCAA, there also is a lot of funding that comes with it. Obviously, we're part of our athletic department. We're supported by that entire department in the school, but there is costs that go with it and other circumstances that would have to happen for us to even dream about that.
But the relationship and the marriage that you had going from a club hockey team to being a full-fledged sport at Minot State University under the athletic department, that marriage has been good for both the university and for your program.
Oh, it's fantastic. Obviously, on our end, we're bringing in non-scholarship student athletes, and at the same time on their end, the university athletic department's providing that student experience. So not every ACHA team has the opportunity to say, hey, we're getting treated like NCAA players. We're getting the weight training, the athletic trainers, the facilities, the support when we're on the road. So a lot of those things that you wouldn't see at many other programs other than the top tier ones like us, you would see what we receive. So
Ryan, the other thing is that you talk about support. You get a whole heck of a lot of, I'm going to say a whole hell of a lot of student support from Minot State University.
Yep, no, for sure. And again, it helps when we're successful.
Yes.
Obviously, over the last
winning breeds fans. I understand.
No, that's So obviously, over the last couple of years, as we've continued to grow, we've seen a bigger turnout in terms of student population. Now, obviously, we're not even in comparison to a men's game or the men's program, but as we've continued to progress through the years and joining the athletic department, we're starting to see other teams get involved. We're starting to see students from campus that may not have always knew about us, supported us, and finally, walking in the doors of the Mesa and being like, oh, this is a legitimate, fun opportunity to take part of. And
we'll get back and I'm going to talk about the national tournament, but you bring up a deal. You guys have one of the finest facilities to play in, and that's a tribute to all the people in Minot that have jumped on board with Mesa Arena, the Pepsi rink. I don't know, I haven't seen a lot of other hockey rinks that you go play in, but this has got to be one of the best.
Yeah, no, we're definitely spoiled, right from the ice itself with the crew taking care of that to being given the opportunity to build our own locker room in the facility. And at the end of the day, when you walk around the rink, and obviously it's community facility, it's nice to see the other programs like the booster program and the figure skating program also involved at the rink, and it's a community. And Minot's a big community, and the hockey community's within that. So having that experience and being able to share and grow with other programs is definitely fantastic.
The other thing I want to say, because I'm a grandpa and I got kids involved. I got one, the youngest one involved in Learn to Play Hockey, and the other one loves figure skating. She's going to be involved in an ice show this week. It says a lot about your kids going out there, not just on the women's side, but on the men's side, going out there and kind of being mentors and teachers for these young kids of mine.
Yeah, we try and be as involved as we can. Obviously, depending on our schedule, it doesn't always work, but when you get a few players out there, whether it's on the men or women's side, in their jerseys and helmets, the kids just glow up. And, it's that opportunity that they want to learn from someone who's been in their position, but someone that they look up to and hope to strive to be one day.
All right, let's go back and talk national tournament. You won the first two games over Colorado 9-0, and then beat Indiana Tech 5-0, and then you ran into a nemesis, a team that's been a nemesis for you for the last couple of years in Midland, lost there. Just give me your thoughts on the national tournament.
Obviously coming into that first game, we'd seen Colorado it was kind of that first test to see how we would, fare out through the entire tournament, and it took us a little bit to get going, but once we were in full motion, and it was, nonstop from there. It was a good opportunity to get us ready and prepare us for the next game. Obviously, we didn't look too far ahead, but we knew that that was more of a game to get ready for the quarterfinals. And then you get to Indiana Tech. It's the first time we've ever played their program, and honestly, that was probably the best game I think I've ever seen our team play in 5 years. They came out, they ran the systems, they just worked, and they outworked their opponents, and we put goals in the net, and we were successful. So then, obviously, moving on to the semis, we knew in the back of our heads that we would probably end up seeing Midland as the 2 seed and us as the 3. So, in my 5 years here, obviously, this is the first year that we've lost to Midland, and they had our number. I'm not sure what it is, but they were our kryptonite. So, we came out strong just like Indiana Tech, and we got that first goal and, a few breakdowns, and they put pucks in the net, and it's a 3-3 game going into the second period, and that's something I never even would have considered against a team like that. Obviously, down the stretch there in that second and third period, they pot one in, and we pushed, we worked, we tried to do everything we could to find a goal, and just the hockey gods weren't on our side that day.
Ryan, but despite the disappointment of not getting to the title game, you got to be so proud of this group of young ladies.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, to get to the national tournament itself is an honor. To make it to the semifinals is even better. Obviously, the support we had from back home, from the university, the community, family, and friends was huge, and everyone is rooting us on and wants us to succeed. And, unfortunately, it wasn't the outcome, but at the same time, we held our heads high and looked at the positives in the season, and I think that was the biggest takeaway, was that, in hard times you still have to understand that there was a lot of great things that happened this season.
Ryan, let's talk about the future. Congratulations to you being getting to the semifinals, number 3 in the final ranking. Cupboard isn't bare at Minot State for women's hockey, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's not. So, we lose 3 seniors this year to graduation. Obviously, all 3 of them will be dearly missed. But at the same time, we had a bit of a younger team this year, a lot of freshmen and sophomores who will be moving up with that year experience. So we're going to be a little bit of an older team, more mature team, wiser team, and a team that, understands our systems, understands our culture, and has that feeling in the back of their head of what happened this year. So there's going to be a lot of fighting them next year, and obviously all we can do is, take the time this summer to, reflect on what happened, and then when August rolls around, we're going to be full steam ahead.
And the thing about it is, for those that are coming back, you lose those seniors, and I know it's hard. It's bittersweet for coaches to lose those kids. But to see what you got coming back, I would think most of those young ladies have a bad taste in their mouth, and they're going, you know what, third's not good enough. We want to go get first. I know you'll be on the recruiting trail, that sort of thing. So you got to be looking forward to it, but you look at the past and you go, you know what, we had a heck of a year.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, all you can do is look at the growth. Every year we've gotten better in terms of quality of team, quality of player, quality of program, So the goal at the end of the day is the student experience, and obviously winning games is part of that. But if we continue to grow as a program, the accolades will eventually come, but as long as they're getting their 4 years out of it and satisfied with it at the end, that's what I really asked for.
Ryan, I'm glad you said that, because sometimes we in the media, and I've been in it 45 plus years, I've done a lot of Minot State things, been on bus trips with the basketball and football teams. Sometimes we as sportscasters forget the reason they're playing for Minot State. Yeah, they're playing for Minot State because they want to win games or matches or whatever for Minot State. But it's all about the experience, and it's all about being a student athlete. Sometimes we forget that in the media, that they're students first, athletes second.
Yeah, and we've always pushed that. You strive to do well in academics. Obviously, we have standards and there's policies that we have to follow. And really, when it comes to the hockey side, the sports side of things, that's kind of your reward for doing well in the classroom. So, you know, at the end of the day, especially on the women's side, you know, after your 5 years are done, there's not as many pro options or options to move on after that. So really you're preparing them for life, you're preparing them for their future. So you want to make sure that they have the life skills to move on after college and find a job, find a career, start a family, those types of things. And we hope that with the experience that we provide them, that they have those adequate tools to prepare themselves.
All right, I'm going to ask you one last question. Where's your biggest need for next year? I'm sorry, you probably haven't thought about it.
You know, I think overall, again, it's something we've struggled with over the past couple seasons, is just finding that unique goal scorer that no matter the situation, no matter the team, can put a goal in the net. You know, we had a lot of players that were talented and put up lots of points for us, but in certain situations, you know, you can rely on so many players to say, oh, I hope they score a goal. I think it's right now it's looking for that one, and whether it's a player that returns next year and decides to be that standout player or a player that we bring in, you know, we're looking for someone that says, hey, in any given situation, whether it's game one of the year, the national tournament, or middle of the season when we're down a goal, who's going to be the one to step up and score that goal that we need?
Hey, Ryan, thanks a lot for joining me this tonight and throughout the year. I'm going to give you a little break. We probably will get back together maybe August, September of next year. Congratulations on a great year. You're doing one heck of a job, and keep it up, and go Beavers.
Thanks, Scotty.
All right, that's Ryan Miner, the head coach of the Minot State women's hockey team, who ended up getting beat in the semifinals of the National Hockey Tournament, but still on 26-7 on the year, and they were number 3 in the final national poll. When I come back, I get to sit down with a couple of young ladies who kind of made history over the last 2 weeks. We'll talk a little Minot High basketball. Maggie Fricky and Lily Bell will join me. Ryan, can you help me and just kind of calm them down, tell them that it's not that hard to talk on the radio? Well, we'll talk to Lily Bell and Maggie Fricky from Minot High School. Championship Minot High Jets when we come back here on the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
With 26 flavors, got a sauce for every squad. Don't drip on the drip. The greatest of all times. Buffalo Wild Wings.
I'm Lorelai McIver. I'm a senior at Glenburn High School, and I'm going to Minot State. I'm super excited. Glenburn's very familiar with Minot. We've always been connected with Minot State. Knowing that they are doing a Hometown Pride Scholarship was just kind of nice, because then it's very inclusive. They're all so welcoming and so nice. It's refreshing. In the end, it just feels like home.
Oh, easy. I think I'm good. You got my good side, right? Not too many lights. I don't want to get fried before my time. Oh, it's egg-tastic. You never know what dish you're going to end up in. My dream dish is a 99. It's so popular. Me and a fellow egg tag teaming with some crispy golden hash browns. Have you seen those hash browns? Those guys are shredded. Throw in some diced ham, onions, and melted cheese. Oh, it's a party for your taste buds. Oh, here comes Chevy. Hold on, Chevy. Did you guys get everything that you needed? 99. Here I come. Shots Crossroads. It's an excellent place to eat.
Spicy Pie needs to be your only stop for the best in pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, flatbreads, and even desserts. They offer several specials throughout the week, including their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax, and a 1-topping 18-inch pie for just $14. And if you're looking for a place to watch your favorite sports teams, Spicy Pie is the place with lots of TVs to watch the game. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery available and kid-friendly. And if you are looking to make some extra money, Spicy Pie is looking for some great personalities to join their team. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
And now back to the Spicy Pie for the Scotty K Show.
Well, welcome back here to the Spicy Pie, the Scotty K Show on this Wednesday evening. Nice day out. Spring has sprung. Hopefully I didn't jinx us and we get a big major blizzard in the month of April. But nice day. And spring sports have started here in the city of Minot and across the state of North Dakota. And here in Minot we've been, well, with the weather that we've had, apparently they can get outside and do some of their pre-season stuff, but we're going to stay with basketball right now. I'm very honored right now. This will probably be one of the most fun interviews that I've done in a long time as a sports broadcaster. I'm going to get to talk to 2 young ladies from the Minot High girls basketball team who won a state title a couple of weeks ago, and these 2 got named to the second team of the girls Class A All-State team. And I don't know if you girls know this, but you 2 are the first since 1981, and that's a long time ago. You guys weren't even born at that time. As 8th graders that were named to the All-State team. Joining me, Maggie Fricky, an 8th grader from Minot High, and also Lily Bell of Minot High, a state championship Minot High. Join me. Girls, thanks a lot for joining me, and don't be nervous because I'm not going to ask you any tough questions. So thank you for joining us, taking some time out, and congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Hey, let's talk about it. And I wanted to do this as a dual interview. And first of all, I want to say something to you, Maggie. I watched the state championship game. I didn't call it, but I'm sitting up in the stands. And even when something went bad against Century in the state championship game, I look out and Maggie Fricky's got a smile on her face. Your thoughts as you went into that game, because nobody gave you guys a chance to beat Century in the state championship game. Was it all about going out there and doing what you did and just having fun with it?
Yeah, I just knew I had to go out. It was going to be one of our last games and just have fun. And
Pull that a little closer to your ear. Okay, there you go.
as I was saying, I just knew I just had to go out with the right attitude and go have fun. And just it was going to be our last game of the season. So just had to keep our head up through the whole game.
Lily, your thoughts? I mean, playing in a state championship, a game that nobody other than Minot High fans thought you could win. Just your how you went about preparing for that game.
I just knew that if I was nervous, I wasn't going to come in like me. So I just knew I just had to calm my nerves down and keep calm and just use my team.
Hey, I want to ask you girls, because you've had a couple of weeks to kind of let it sink in. I would have never asked this question of either one of you 30 seconds after, or a minute or 5 minutes after the game. Your thoughts now that you've been able to soak this in and that you're state champions and you got to experience something with your teammates. Your thoughts, Maggie, did you ever thought as an 8th grader that this would ever happen to you?
No, I didn't. And it sinked in a little bit, but it really hasn't fully sinked in, but we're ready to keep working. And now that everyone's got an eye on us, we just got to move forward and just strive to be better every day.
Lily?
Same thing. I did not know. I saw people always winning it, and I've always I never knew that I was actually gonna win it one time.
The thing I want to talk, and I think I saw social media posts from both of you after teammates were congratulating on being named to the second team, that sort of thing. And you played last year on the varsity team, Maggie, Lily, the first year this year. You couldn't have done this without a bunch of other young ladies that helped you get through this, especially when you're that young and you're still trying to fit in to the older girls.
Yeah, it's a team sport, and without any of my teammates, I couldn't have done it without them, and our great coaching staff and our energy and our practices. it strived me and it strived them too.
Lily, and I know your dad has been around, and you guys have been involved with your dad and you with Lily's dad over the years, but you can't win it without teammates.
Yeah, like me and Maggie had a very good bond since we were little, and I knew that when I just knew coming into varsity, I was a little nervous, but the teammates helped me like calm.
And what I want to ask you, you guys are 8th graders. You're playing at a Class A school. In normal situations, you wouldn't be playing on the varsity. You might be playing a sophomore or whatever. And you talk about being nervous going in, of how those older girls, the juniors and the seniors, are going to accept. You didn't have any problem with that. You guys had a lot of chemistry on this team, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
And it just showed throughout the year. I watched you all year, and you had your ups and downs. I can remember the time when the ball wasn't going in the hoop for Maggie, and she was getting, she's getting frustrated. She'd have a teammate, an older teammate, come up, pat her on the back, and that sort of thing. And that's what it was all about, this team. I watched them from start to finish, and I could just see that. And a credit to Mariah and Elsie and the older girls, Tori and those guys, to accept you guys, because they could have just turned back and said, they're 8th graders. We don't need them on our team. That was what I loved about this basketball team the most, Maggie.
Yeah, I think they really helped us through the year, and they inspire me, and they're great leaders out there, every single one of them, and that's how we won. It wasn't a me basketball game, it was an us basketball game.
And I would think that you agree the same way, Lily.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Hey, I want to ask you girls, you're 8th graders. I'm going to call you young ladies. 8th graders that made the second team All-State as 8th graders. I want to ask you, and I know her folks better than I know your folks. How do you keep grounded? How do you stay grounded and say, okay, it's a great honor to have, but you know what? We still have work to do down the road.
Yeah, I know, my teammates helped me get through that position, but I know, now we're, everyone's staring at us, and I just got to keep grinding and moving forward, focus on my shooting skills and mental toughness, and just got to keep going.
Mom and Dad will keep you on that, won't they?
Yeah.
And Lily, I've known your dad for a few years, and I know that he pushes you and he wants you to excel. I would think that you don't have any problem getting back into the gym, do you?
Yeah, no problem. It's every day, and I just knew I need to get stronger because they're going to keep an eye on us.
Okay, I want to ask you, because I know you guys are mainly basketball players, what's the off-season look like? Did you guys take any time off since the state championship, or were you back in the gym on Monday morning?
I took some time off just to rest, but this week I started up going again, doing my own practices, started lifting, and just got to keep going, and I'll get days off because I need a rest, but if I want to be better and get better, I got to keep going.
Same thing here. I only got a week off, and then I'm back at work.
All right, I'm going to ask you a tough question. I told you I wasn't going to. Maggie, if there's something in your game that you got to get better at, what would you say it would be?
I think my mental toughness and attitude, that can improve a lot.
All right. I don't think you have to improve that. I mean, you're going to get better as you grow and you're on floor. I am so happy you made that, because that's part of growing up too, isn't it?
Yep, it totally is.
And Lily, what would you think it is?
Getting stronger, because I let those girls push me around down in the post.
And you don't like that?
No.
So you guys will be working all through the summer, that sort of thing. You got something to. Here's the thing: you got something to look back on as 8th graders to win a state title in a year that nobody ever thought you would do it. Now you are on a. I mean, you guys are going to start getting the bullseye in your back a little bit down the road. But you got teammates that are going to help you. But you know what? I don't think either one of you are scared of that bullseye in your back, are you? You want to be the best, don't you?
We want to be the target. We want to. Yeah, we just got to keep going, and with our past and new Majets supporting us, that will totally help.
Well, and that's one last thing I want to ask you, because you got Mariah, you got Elsie, you got Kinsey, you got Kiara that won't be around next year. But, I look back at the state championship game. You had a heck of a game. Avery hit a big shot in the second half. And what can you say about your senior leader, Mariah Evenson, hitting 6 in a row from the free throw line and the late going? You're going to miss her, But you admire her, and you'll never forget that time. But you know what? There's new history being made at Minot High. All right, I want to ask you one last question. I know all about Coach Schwartz. I've been around him a long time. Your assistant coach, Gary Walhog, I spent a lot of time on the buses with him when he was at Minot State and I was doing Minot State. Any interesting stories you have about Coach Walhog you'd like to tell me?
Well, and we like to split during practices, and he has the post, and they're doing some one-on-one drills, and all we hear, us guards, is boom, and Walhog's on the floor because our posts are pushing him around.
Yeah.
Lily, he's taught you a lot, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's taught me a lot.
And I'll tell you this right now. In knowing him all the years I've known him, he's so proud of you girls, not just you two, but the entire team and what you guys accomplished this year. A lot of people don't understand that you made Minot Titletown, along with your boys team and your swimming team. Congratulations. Enjoy your summer. And I'm looking forward to watching both of you next winter as ninth graders, and we defend our title as Minot High Jets.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Maggie Fricky and Lily Bell. Second team All-Staters. Excuse me, I hit the wrong button. Second team All-Staters. The Class A All-State team, by the way, first team unanimous choice was Logan Nisley of Bismarck Century. Others were Bergen Kennebrew of Bismarck Century, Antoinette Nabui, I think I pronounced that right, from Jamestown, Merle Simon of West Fargo, and Addie Wagner of Fargo South. Second team were our two girls, Lily Bell and Maggie Fricky, Rachel Dolan of Devil's Lake, Alma Gorno of Turtle Mountain, McKenna Johnson, a pretty good freshman from Mandan, Chloe Fow of West Fargo, Jocelyn Schiller of Grand Forks Red River, and Emily Sherma of Fargo Shanley. That was your Class A All-State team. The boys are coming out. It doesn't get released for another 14 minutes, so I can't tell you how that turned out until 14 minutes come. We're going to take one final break here on the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie. We're back. We'll wrap it up here for this Wednesday night. After the game, choose Spicy Pie. They offer a wide variety of menu items: pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, flatbread, and even desserts. Enjoy their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices, and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax. Join them for Taco Thursday with discounts on all Mexican items and $1.50 tacos. And don't forget White Sauce Wednesdays with the first 10 dine-in or carry-out orders with a whole pie. Get a free bottle of white grinder sauce. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery. Kid-friendly. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
And now back to the Spicy Pie for the Scotty K Show.
Well, welcome back here one final time. We're going to wrap it up a little bit early tonight. The Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie. We'll be back again next week. We'll be here at, every Wednesday throughout the month of April and into May. We'll go a couple of weeks in there and get you ready for track. We've got softball, we've got baseball, we got soccer, we got golf, we got track and field. So hopefully over the next month to month and a half, we'll be able to get some of those coaches on to talk about their programs as they hit the regular season. We talked about the Class A Girls All-State team. The Class B Girls All-State team came out on Monday, and we had a couple of first-teamers from our area. Ellie Broughton of West Hope Newburgh was on the first team along with Ivy Fox of Partial. The other first teamers are Abby Dukeshire, Miss Basketball from Kindred, Haley Quam of Shiloh Christian in Endura, Rainbow of Four Winds Minnewacan second team. 3 area girls received second team honors, Lorelei McIver of Glenburn, Brenna Strokeland of Kenmare, and Ellie Unlin of Mulhall-Lansford Sherwood. Other on that second team included Walker Demers of Grafton, Taryn Johnson of the state champion Kindred, Kaya Mock of Hankinson, Quinn Neppel of Benson County, J.C. Richter of Lytton HMB, Megan Rube of Richland, and Maddie Wilhelmy of Beach. Again, the Class A boys all-state team will come out tonight. It'll be released here in about 10 minutes. And I think Minot High fans will be very excited about the results of that. And then the Class B All-State team, the Class B Boys All-State team, will be announced tomorrow night. That will be a 7 o'clock announcement tomorrow night, just like the boys are at 7 o'clock tonight. I want to thank Scott Collins. I hope they have a great state amateur basketball tournament in Bismarck this weekend. Also, Ryan Miner, great year for them, Minot State hockey coach, and then Maggie Fricky and Lily Bell for joining me again. Congratulations to those two young ladies, first 8th graders in Class A basketball to be named to the All-State team. They were second team, both of them, and they're the first 8th graders to do it since 1981. Yeah, if you look at the numbers, that's 40 to 41 years ago. The last one to make it was Doreen Heisler. She was from Devil's Lake. That came back in 1981. Thanks, Nick Hallberg, for getting me on the air tonight. Thanks for all of you. It was a great tournament run. We're going to get out of here. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Enjoy the nice weather. Happy spring here to North Dakota and to Titletown. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Good night, everyone.
A presentation of the PSP Network. Thank you for joining us for the Scotty K Show. Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.